would say something and not follow through.
Mm.
And that constant for for however many years leaves a damage where you don't want to ask for help and you just want to control everything, right? So I'll just do it because I know it's going to get done. I'll just do it because it needs to be done. Welcome back to She's Not Done. I'm your host, Andrea.
And I'm your host, Kouelee.
I'm still divorced.
I'm still married.
So today we're going to talk about the village.
Yes, is it gone or are we just afraid to ask for help?
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I think for a while there, I was afraid to ask for help, right? Because in my mind, I in my mind, I felt like if I'm asking for help, that maybe that indicates that I can't handle it.
That you're weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's still some of that now, but let me tell you that now the situation I'm in and raising two teenage girls and the different places they have to be at different times, I count on my village.
Well, in a sense, you also have to because it's just you.
Yeah.
I'm not in that sense. I'm on the opposite end where I do have my husband. And so he's the first person, even though it's super hard for me to ask for help, even from my husband. He's there, so if I need somebody, it's his job
He's the
to help.
go-to.
Yeah.
He's
But
the
I
do.
do
Yeah.
have to say that from watching you over the years, I felt you were extraordinary at asking for help.
You know, thank you.
Yeah.
And you get to a point where I don't have a choice. If
Yeah.
I give you a quick scenario, right? I drive my kids to school. So I shared this before and I joke about it all the time. I did that, right? That so I take one to school, come back, take the next one to school because they're in different schools, different times. There's times where I've had like been so sick and I can't get out of bed. I've had no choice to ask people. And I'll tell you, it's not just women. I have a couple of real strong amazing men in my life that will go out of their way to help, you know. So it's the mums, it's the dads. There's a few of them, but it took me getting really sick and desperate to ask for help, and now I try to ask for help before I get to that point.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe that comes as you get older, maybe that comes as you go through shitty experiences. Like, how can I avoid that happening again? That's how
I
my brain works.
I really wonder because to begin with, I never ask for help. It's extremely hard for me to ask for help because in my mind, I'm just going to do it myself. It's easier if I do it. And maybe I'm afraid to be let down because I've been let down if I've asked for help.
Yeah.
And because I don't ask for help, when I do ask for help, I truly need it.
It's
And
it's
so
desperation. And then
when you get
imagine,
let down at that point, when you truly need it,
yeah,
you ask less and less until it becomes
just you.
nothing at all. I,
I've actually never ever known you to ask for help.
Do you know how many people ask me, "Oh, do you want me to babysit the girls?" I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's, and the thing is, there's very few people that I trust with my children,
And rightly so.
and you're one of them, and I have maybe three other one, but I've never asked you.
Nope, not once. Not
Yeah.
once. No, no, even, well, time's limited as well. So even when we have a chance, we want to hang out as a family,
Yeah.
right? Like we're
Yes.
our chosen family. So, but yeah, it's never, hey, can you watch the girls
You
while
know
me and
what it
one go
is
on a
now that
date?
I think about it? I think for me, it's hard to ask other moms, not because I don't trust you, but because I also know that you have children and I wouldn't want you to leave your children for my children, if that makes sense.
Or you're just worried about putting one more thing on another mom, right? Because that's my
I think
that's my
that's what it
thought.
is. Yeah.
I asked my friend, "Can you just grab Emily from field hockey?" And they do. And not. I will say this: I've noticed nobody when I do reach out and ask for help, firstly, anyone I ask either says yes or they find a solution for me, which I think is absolutely phenomenal because most parents know by the time you've asked for help, right?
Yeah.
But I've noticed with certain friends, if they can't do it, they figure out someone else who can. And I think that's a mum thing. Like we're always problem solving, we're always trying to fix something, we're always trying to help get to where you need to go.
But in order to be where you are, you
Yeah.
need those mom friends to begin with. Because if you
Right.
don't have those, then your village also doesn't exist, right? Because sometimes I feel like we think our village are our neighbors, our friends, or family. But to me, it looks more like the daycare, in a sense, is my village. The nanny for someone else is a village, like paid help.
Because you feel if you're paying them, they have to show up
Yeah.
and you've been let down before, which breaks my heart because you give your last minute to anybody.
Yeah.
So the fact that you've been let down so many times that now you're nervous about asking for help, that's where you end up, right? Like that's a tough spot to be in. And I have been
Yeah.
there. And it takes practice to ask for help because I get at the beginning I'd get nervous or anxious or they're gonna think I can't handle it.
Well, the handling it, I think, is also for me a big issue because I think I have an issue with other people perceiving me other than strong.
Your persona, like we've talked about this before with your career and raising the girls, you want to be seen as that powerhouse, which by the
Yeah.
way you are.
Thank
And also in that you have to learn to ask for help.
you. Yeah.
And maybe maybe you never will.
I don't
It's a
know. I don't know
practice.
what it looks like because I'm also a very controlling person, right? So even in our home, it's very hard for me to ask for help, right? And we've had those conversations with Juan where I don't want to have to ask you to do certain things. I want you to figure it out on your own. But at the
Right.
same time, he's not a mind reader, right? And
Catch 22.
that's a big aha moment that I had when I realized that, yeah, he can't read my mind. He can't see that I'm angry in my mind, pacing back and forth. What? Are you kidding me? When he sits on the couch, there is nothing more triggering to a woman than a husband that just sits on the couch.
And he doesn't know the last 3 hours you've walked past that rubbish a
And
hundred
every
times.
time it never fails. And he just made fun of me the other day. It's like, yeah, she walks by me. We were with hanging out with friends, and he was like, yeah, she doesn't know that, she doesn't say it, but she walks by me and she just goes,
I could hear you do that.
I
I
do
could.
that. But I truly, he's not wrong. I will not huff and puff. But if I pass him and he's sitting down, I will just pick up something that's right in front of his feet, just in huff and puff, just
Do you
for
not
him
see
to
this?
read my mind. Do you not see me? Do you not like hear
Yeah.
me? But he's not a mind reader. For him, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna take a minute and sit down. For me, it's like, why are you sitting down if I'm not sitting
Yeah, how dare you?
down?
So, hold on.
Yes.
You need to have, so now that you recognize that you huff and puff and blow the house down, now that you, now that you recognize it,
Yes.
are you putting things in place?
No.
No. Okay. Work in progress.
It's just extremely hard for me. And I truly I maybe have to dig deeper to see where it's coming from. I don't know if because my mom was a single mom and she basically figured it out her entire life. Well, not her entire life, but while we were young. But maybe it is the fact that I just don't want to be perceived as weak. I don't know. I have a hard time showing vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Yep, what you said.
That's it.
I have a really hard time with that.
I think that's a lot of it. Vulnerability, worry of judgment.
Yes. The people that know me, No, I am the biggest mush in a sense. I have the biggest heart and I'm extremely vulnerable in front of people that I care about.
Right.
But in front of strangers or people that I work with, I've been told so many times to not be so emotional, to smile more, so many times that at some point, what am I supposed to pick up the laundry smiling?
And empty the rubbish smiling.
Yeah.
You should try that. Next time you walk past him, you should, hey, are you
Things like
good?
that. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not Juan that has told me to smile
No, no,
more,
no, I know that.
but it's people at work, you know?
So then touching on that, I wonder if that's also part of it, of you being told so many times to do something that it makes you non-emotional.
Oh, 100%.
Because I know for me, if you're going to tell me to do something
Yeah.
in a manner that's unpleasant or unkind, I'm doing the opposite.
Yeah. I
Even if I wanted to do that
yeah.
thing, now I ain't doing it.
Yeah, for sure. So that's why I think that for me, it's not that the village is gone. It's never been there to begin with
Yeah,
because I have not built my village. I think a village needs to be built by you, right? By yourself,
yeah.
right? Or other moms.
I've built my village. I
I
have.
I have been part of other villages, if that makes sense, but I have not built my village. Like I have my closest friends
Yeah,
and they're in a sense my village, but like you said, when I need my village, it's because I just want to see you and hang out with you. It's not because I need help from you,
right.
you know? Um that's my village. I don't use my village for help because I can't do that within me. It just doesn't work, but my village is my help as in I need to
Social.
talk to you or just have you around like that.
Even just eating together,
Yeah. Oh,
talking.
that
Yeah.
m- mothering with another mom
Oh, yeah.
makes things so much easier. I would much rather go to a park with another mom and my children than just me and my children.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's hard for me to handle.
I think as well, firstly, I think you handle, I don't want to use that word. I think you mother amazingly and your kids are always happy and content. And when they melt down, you deal with it wonderfully, right? But when you don't want to deal with it wonderfully, it's nice to have someone else there that's not going to judge you, that's going to say, oh, don't make eye, remember this, don't make eye contact.
Yeah.
You know, when your kid's spiraling and I'll turn to whoever I'm with, I'm like, don't make eye contact with them.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like the village for me, I have built it and it's took me years. And I've moved, we both have moved from another country. We've done hard things. We've made new friends, whereas other people have grown up here. But joined a gym, got to know other people, volunteer firefighting, got to know the fireheads. Like there's all these different parts of my community that I've, embedded myself in. But I also want knowledge from other moms, older moms. Like I want to know how they got through that phase. And because I know that I don't have all the answers. I've never had a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old before. Ever.
Right.
There's problems coming up now that I don't know how to handle, that another mom has an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old that can say, you know what? Even if they just say, this is temporary. But so for me, that village, that's what I pull on my village. Yes, it's great. Hey, I can't be in two places at once. Can you grab the one and I'll grab the other? But I want to pull on them for on our walk in the morning, asking them about the next steps.
Yeah.
Like, how do I handle this? How
Mhm.
do I handle the boyfriend time? You know what I mean? How do I handle the mood swings? How do you, and I think the all the mums, we all have something to give each other.
Yeah, but
But you,
I think you said it perfectly. It's also because you have built that village because you went out and reached out to your community. You're part of your community. And I think
right,
that's a big deal because me, I'm not part of a community, if that makes sense. And it's very isolating in a sense. Obviously, I have neighbors, I have friends, I have work, but as far as a community, I don't have that. And because I haven't looked for it, I haven't gone out into my community, if that makes sense, to
Right.
find these people. So that's why I also say I have very, very few people that I trust, or even very, very few mom friends, like actual mom friends that are not friends. I maybe have like one or two, and that's it.
I
Because I choose to. It's my fault in that sense. Not fault, but
these
it's,
are your choices.
yeah. And it's hard for me to also trust anyone. So, one of the questions that I had for you is, do you trust people to rely on them? Like, is it hard for you to do that?
Oh, it's yeah, 100%. You know, I came from a marriage that would say something and not follow through.
Hmm.
And that constant for however many years leaves a damage where you don't want to ask for help and you just want to control everything, right? So I'll just do it because I know it's going to get done. I'll just do it because it needs to be done.
Yeah.
I'll
I
just
think,
do it because they're going to let me down.
but I think we also forget to think of someone not completing something does bring up trust issues. A lot
Right.
of people don't see it that way.
For me, it does.
A
So
hundred
that's
percent.
why I get to a point where I'm just doing it myself. But I've learned over I would say over the last 8 years, and there's a timeline with that, that I've learned to let go, release control, control things I can, obviously, but let go of things I can't control. And I have to ask for help because I also want my kids to have that experience with
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
Like they're getting picked up with their friend by the friend's mom. Maybe they'll tell that friend's mom something they're not going to tell me,
Yeah.
right? Like I've had conversations with my kids' friends that maybe they haven't had with their parents.
So now, were you like this before divorce, or you've always, because I perceived you as always being like that. And I don't know if it's easier for you because you're divorced, because you don't have a choice, but then it sounds like you're saying that even in your marriage, you didn't have that trust where you
Right.
had to rely on other people.
I think during my marriage, I was outgoing and friendly to people, but I did not build on. I wouldn't ask anyone for help.
Hmm.
I wouldn't reach out. And we had a couple of babysitters here and there that I trusted, like neighbors' children that had grown up. But no, this is something I've worked on specifically during separation, during divorce. And I don't, again, it's a timeline with something else that I went through. So I don't think it's specifically divorce. I think it's learning to relinquish control of certain things
Yeah.
and learning that I can't do it all myself. And I'm fucking exhausted, right?
Yeah.
Like we touched on that before. I mean, I had the flu and pneumonia and had to ask
Yeah.
someone else to take my kids to school. Obviously, I only ask people I love and trust.
Right.
But I will say that those people immediately responded and immediately did and continue to help me because
Yeah.
they know I don't ask for help. And then from there, I said, oh, next time, once I started to feel better and I needed help and I'm trying to be in two different places and trying to, show a house,
Hmm.
now I've learned, you know what, I'm going to ask them for help before I'm laid sick in bed. And it kind of worked up to that. A
Yeah.
little bit of trust. People showed up and followed through. Next time I trust a little bit more. They showed up and followed through. Let me tell you, people show up and follow through.
Yeah.
And when you've had a relationship that doesn't show up and doesn't follow through, it takes a long time to reprogram your brain and your thought process and your trust issues. It can take a while.
It does. I mean, that's what they say. It takes a second to break trust, but years to rebuild.
100%. I completely agree.
Yeah.
But you have to take these tiny steps for yourself and for your
Yeah.
kids.
I mean, it's definitely something that I want to try and work on, but mentally, maybe it's because of the fact that my mom was a single mom and because she was technically never around, maybe the guilt of
Mm.
leaving them is maybe why I don't ask for help.
It's a huge reason I was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
So that's probably part of it, right? Like like you said, the guilt. We always carry guilt no matter what, whether we're doing too much, we feel guilty. We're doing not enough, we feel guilty. For you, working the
Mm.
job that you work and just wanting to get home and be with your kids, you don't want to ask people for help.
If I could have a living nanny, I probably that's an option I would do. I was one, you know. That's an option I would do. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hire help for 2 hours after school because that's the time I want to spend with them, even though half the time I'm exhausted and I'm probably not fun to be around. I would rather be with them than not be with them.
No, and they're going to remember the ice cream they had after dinner
Yeah.
and mum cooked. Those are the things that they're going to remember.
Yeah.
I think I think it's okay not to need help, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
We don't have to It's okay not to need help.
Yeah.
I personally need help, not all the time,
Yeah.
but when I do, I now ask for it. But if you don't need help,
Yeah. I'm laughing because I went away for work um I think a week ago, and when I came back, it's funny you said that because they do notice those little things. And Juan was packing the lunches, and I came home and Adriana said, Daddy, why was my lunchbox so wet? It was so messy and wet. And Juan was like, don't say that. I tried really hard, which he did. It's not something that he does, but I enjoy packing their lunch. So it was really nice to see that she did notice that there is a difference,
yeah.
you
And I'm
know?
proud of Juan for saying, you know what, it's okay to say to your kid, don't say that. That's hurtful.
Yeah.
Mommy tried her best or daddy tried his best.
Yeah.
And I could see him packing the lunches.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really cute.
Yeah. I
But
did
they did.
send him the pictures ahead of time, to make sure that's
No.
the control. Oh, I have to because
Rita.
you know what? The thing is, one thing that I've come to understand with Juan is he doesn't operate the way that I do. He doesn't think of the things, the little details. He doesn't think about that. I know how she wants her sandwich cut, and I know that she's still gonna eat it, but I know the things that upset her. Like if there is crust on it, she is that kid. She's extremely detail oriented, probably
I don't
because
know
of me.
where does she get it
Probably
from.
because of me, but it's little things, or there's certain fruits she doesn't like, or she doesn't want them for school, or she's not allowed to have a certain snack at school. He wouldn't know that because he doesn't pack the lunches. So it's things like that that I have to send him the pictures, because
So,
it makes it easier for him. And let me tell you, he would much rather have instructions
okay.
on how to do it than having to figure it out.
See,
Yeah.
who's someone else to judge what works in your
Yeah,
house?
and I'm okay doing it because at the end of the day, it brings me peace. Even the clothes, they're lined up for 2, 3 days, and it says Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, because I look at the weather. I look at, is it gonna rain? Is it going to be hot? I'm not saying he can't look outside, he can't look at the weather, but
Right.
he's gonna run around in the morning struggling in that sense because he doesn't wake up early the way that I do. I wake up so that I can do those things because it brings me joy.
Yeah.
So I lined it up so that it's easier for him and it's easier for them because at the end of the day, if it's chaotic and he's going to lose it and he's going to get upset, this is how they're going to go to school. They're going to
And
be
all
upset
three of
going
them
to
at that
school.
point are going to be melting.
Yeah.
And then,
So I would much rather a smooth morning and transition with everything planned, and he would much rather have it that way too.
and if something goes wrong, it's okay to have a meltdown
Yeah.
and work through it because I feel like we're always trying to fix things
Yeah.
and
Or
sometimes
prevent.
prevent,
Hmm.
fix, find a solution. Let me tell you, relinquishing control of certain things. Firstly, I haven't dressed my kids since they were able to walk and go in their drawers.
Yeah.
But relinquishing control as they've got older, it's funny. I'm either do it this way, da, 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 or I'm like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad place to be. I like both of those places.
I would love to be in a place like that because I mean, certain things I've definitely relinquished control for sure. And it is a great place to be in, but it's still 70% that I need to work on, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I think we all have things that we're really good at. And I think we all have things that maybe we could work on.
Hmm.
I think, like, going back to you recognizing that you grunt as you walk past him sitting down, like, okay, you recognize it. Are you going to work on it? No. Okay,
No.
let's move on. What, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's
It's
part of marriage.
yeah,
Part of marriage as well, of the things that you're accepting. You know that it's going to help him to send him pictures and give him instructions.
100%.
And that's fantastic.
Yeah. But also then to bring it back to the village, I think that it could be a very isolating place to be if you don't have a village.
And I wonder, is it self-isolation? Is it maybe
100%.
a little bit of depression?
I think
Right?
it's I don't know about depression because I never went through depression, so I couldn't speak on that topic, but it is for sure it is for sure isolating because of me. It's not, I'm extremely antisocial with the people that I don't know.
It's so funny because we're so social with each other.
Extreme the people that know me and that I love, they would never know that side of me.
Yeah, I see
They
it.
would never even think of that side of me.
It's like a different, it's like a barrier somewhat.
Yeah.
You're very specific about who you allow in.
And that's why it's I love extremely hard and I hurt extremely hard
Yeah.
when that person gets cut out of my life.
And I get maybe that's not why you reach out. Maybe that's why you don't reach out for a village.
Yeah.
Because it's not just that. I think you can reach out. I think trauma from your past.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be let down. Somebody's gonna
So
say
you just
no.
don't want to put yourself through that again. I
Yeah,
get
I
that.
think it's as maybe as an adult, and it's hard because I'm trying to teach my girls to be outgoing, and I'm trying to teach them to ask for help when they need help. Um, but I don't. So it's hard because, it's what is it? Teach as I say, do as I no, do as I don't even know.
You're asking the wrong person. I
Yeah.
got lots of sayings, but that isn't one
Anyways,
of them.
um, but it's hard because I'm nowhere near that, yet I try to model differently. But I'd like to be in a place where, yeah, I have a village. And I don't know if maybe because they're little and I'm not looking for that yet, maybe it'll come later.
I wonder if you're not asking for a village. I think it's to do with that, but I wonder if part of it is like, if I ask someone and then they ask me and I can't help them in that moment.
So I had well, not hard situation, but I told you about it where I felt like I was a shitty friend um because I couldn't do what they asked me to. But I did offer avenues to remedy it in a different way in that sense. But yeah, I mean, maybe I am afraid of not being able to say yes because I also have two little kids.
Right.
I
The
don't
right
know.
people, the right people that you reach out, you kind of have to, it's like a garden, you have to weed it.
Yeah.
I'll come across people that are fantastic, but we're just not in sync with certain things.
Yeah.
And then I come across people and I've known them for years and I'm like, hey, could you grab my kid?
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, when they say yes, it's like, oh, amazing. Now I can go on to the next thing that I need to worry about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also understand, for me, like, I have commitment issues, right? So if you ask me 5 weeks ahead, can you do this on that day? I'm like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me, hey, I need you in an hour, the kid's
Okay.
just had an accident, I'll be right here.
Well, you see, I'm the complete opposite.
Isn't that crazy?
I would rather ask somebody 3 months in advance because I'm a planner and because if I'm asking you 3 months in advance, it's because I truly need it on that day and I already know that I'm going to need it. And so I would much rather do that than last minute because in my mind, if somebody asks me last minute, you won't catch me giving you any help unless you're dying. No, last minute is just not gonna cut it because my kids come first,
Right,
so their comfort comes first. I'm not going to take them out of their comfort zone to help somebody else. Obviously, if it's an emergency, we're talking completely different things,
right. No, I
you
know.
know? Um, but I think that's also maybe why I haven't built a village because I am apologetic about, if somebody invites us to a birthday party, but it's Sophia's nap time.
Yeah.
I
Oh
can't
no,
go.
we're not moving nap time for anybody. Some
And
people
some people
can.
get offended, and
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. That's just,
That's what I mean by weeding. The people that will get offended at that
yeah.
don't understand how you work as a parent, and that's
So
okay.
maybe that's why I
But
don't have
that's why you just maybe that's why you don't have a
maybe that's
village.
why I don't have a village,
Listen,
because
you're a planner and I'm a wing
I
it.
am. Yeah.
So
But that's why we work perfectly
I
together.
think
It's
so.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. The only thing I do plan are vacations
Well,
because we all need something to look forward to.
yeah.
But even that, sometimes I wing it. Like, hey, do you want to just should we get on a flight? And the girls are like, yeah.
Well, yeah, you can at this point too.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they're older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if um people out there, if they've got like a nice strong village, and
And
maybe
how
that's
do they achieve that village?
how do they achieve that village? That's a good question.
Yeah, just because I do think that it is from within. I don't think a village. I don't think a village just happens.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think that
No.
it takes both parties. It can't happen just one-sided. If I want a village, it's not going to happen because I want a village. It's going to happen because other moms are receptive to it of me asking for the help.
Right.
You have to ask for it. And because I don't ask for it, I don't have a village.
No. I listen, I work for it. I know I've worked for it. I've people have helped me. And again, it's takes work.
Yeah.
It takes both things take work. I don't want to say, oh, I have a village and it took work. Like doing it on your own takes work. Jesus.
So that's
Sometimes
what
you
I
just
would
gotta
love
ask
to
for help,
know.
lady.
Well, that's what I would love to know. How do you build a village if you are not that kind of person that can ask for help easily? How do
I
you build that village? I would love to know.
Yeah,
For
me
me,
too.
for myself.
Yeah. And I think that like wraps it up for the village,
I
right?
think so too. I
I
think,
would. I'd love to hear from other people. Maybe they can give you some tips on how to build your village. How about that?
yes. So you may have a village or you may not have a village, but you're definitely not alone.
And you're definitely not done.
Yeah. Bye.